After 2 months of intense travel, it was time to slow things down. This is Chiang Mai, Thailand's laid-back northern capital. Probably best known for its ancient walled city, beautiful temples, and its many animal sanctuaries. But I think the real appeal of Chiang Mai lies in the lesser-known areas away from the tourist sites, which are best explored by staying here long-term. My name is Ryan, and I've spent the last month living in Chiang Mai with my girlfriend Emma. And this is my long-term travel guide, focusing on where we've stayed, the hidden gems that you have to see, and of course, the realities and costs of living here. Now, there's an area in Chiang Mai called Nimman, which is where most blogs will tell you that you have to stay as a long-term traveller. But I don't agree, and I'm going to tell you why later on in this video. So let's start off with a tour around the little piece of paradise that we've been calling home in Chiang Mai, away from the hustle and bustle of the ancient city. This is where we've been living for the past month at the DCONDO Campus Resort. We had spent the vast majority of the last couple of months in big, busy cities. So when we looked for somewhere to stay, we wanted somewhere to really unwind and relax, and this place is a real oasis. So this is the condo. It's quite minimal, sort of perfect size for 2 people to live here. It's a nice bright space, which I really like. We've got a dining area here, which doubles up as sort of a desk when we want to work. Sofa, coffee table, TV. Got a nice double bed. Background here, you've got a kitchen, which is quite basic. Little bathroom with shower. And here we have, hello.
Hi.
A balcony, which is kind of functional more than anything for drying clothes. And let's not forget the amazing mountain views from the main window too. So how much does this all cost? Well, we booked this condo on Airbnb for £442 for the month. And that includes professional cleaning every week, as well as unlimited gym and pool access, which is a pretty good deal. If you're staying more long-term though, it's much easier to get an even cheaper deal. We've met some people who live in the same complex who are only paying around the £200 mark for the month. I'm always thinking about what the equivalent would be back home, and I'm from the outskirts of London in England, which is a very expensive area, and there's no way you're going to get somewhere like this for the price we're paying here. If you're interested in staying here yourself, I've left a link to our Airbnb listing down in the description below, and if you end up booking, then you get some discount and I get a kickback too, so it's win-win. So that is our place, and now I want to show you around our local area. We are actually quite far away from the centre of town, in an area called Suthep, so it's about a 15-minute drive into the city centre. Suthep is best known for the mountaintop Doi Suthep temple, which you can actually see from our condo window. But locally, it's also known as the home of Chiang Mai University and its sprawling green campus. And living in a studenty area had a lot of benefits for us. We spend a lot of our time working from cafes and drinking copious amounts of coffee. There are a lot of different coffee shops all over Chiang Mai, but honestly, I like the small amount of cafes in Suthep the best because they tend to be less crowded and a little bit cheaper too. But my favourite thing about Suthep only opens at night. So I'm just out here on the main road outside of the condo. And the great thing about this place is that in the evenings, this whole road turns to the most amazing street food market. There's obviously amazing fresh Thai food that's made right in front of you, but then if you're not really fancying that, there's fresh fruit smoothies, there's sushi, there's even a steak shack. And the coolest thing about it is you'll most likely be the only foreigner here. While a lot of the options are fast food, there are some healthy options too, so we did find ourselves coming here most evenings to eat. I don't think I've ever spent anything more than 100 baht for dinner, which is very good for the travel budget. On the opposite side of the uni campus is the Chiang Mai complex, which is another student market but more focused around clothes and technology. And once again, you're very unlikely to see another tourist here. Now, obviously, it's not all good news. If you're looking to experience some nightlife or just have a beer at the end of the day, you're not going to find that here in Suthep. So if you're looking for a drink, you're going to have to head to the ancient city or to Nimman, which we're going to look at later on. What Suthep may lack in nightlife, it completely makes up for with the amount of nature around us. I personally prefer being around nature than being in the centre of the city, and if the university's on our front doorstep, then our back garden is Suthep Mountain. As I mentioned before, the mountain is most famous for Doi Suthep Temple, which is a major tourist attraction with some amazing views over the city. But if you want to experience this spiritual mountain without the hordes of people, there is a trail you can take which starts only 5 minutes from DCONDO. An uphill hiking route named after the holy men that made it. The route is marked out by these orange bits of cloth. Some of these aren't very orange anymore. As you can probably tell from my breathiness there, it's not the easiest route to climb, and it's best undertaken in the early morning before the heat of the day. You go on this semi-tough trek, and on the other side is just serenity. Phalad is unlike any temple I've ever seen. Set amongst the trees and over a waterfall. It's really like something out of a fantasy film. It's like Rivendell. And it really is worth the hike. Once you're finished there, you can head out to the main mountain road and flag down a Songthao, which are the red taxi buses, and they can take you either up to Doi Suthep or back down to the bottom again. If you're thinking about coming to live in Chiang Mai or stay for an extended period of time, you've probably read up in a lot of blogs and watched a lot of videos that recommend Nimman as the place to be as an expat. Nimman is only a 10-minute drive from DCONDO, and it's undoubtedly the coolest area of Chiang Mai. You get a lot of your Western comforts here, and I think the general vibe of the place is a little bit Californian. You know, you've got healthy salad places, you've got quirky, cool coffee shops. For me personally, I'm quite glad we didn't stay there because I find the area to be quite expensive, and I don't know, I'd rather live that little bit outside of Nimman, a little bit outside the city, and get my choice of both while having things cheap like the street food that we have. That being said, we found ourselves spending a fair amount of time in Nimman, mainly because of the good cafe options, but our favourite place there is the Maya Mall. It's got all of the big chain clothes shops and restaurants as you'd expect from a modern shopping mall. But it also has 2 amazing food courts that serve really affordable local food, and they also have whatever this drink was. There's a great co-working space and also a really cool rooftop viewing point, which is great for sunset. But as a cinephile who's not that interested in shopping, my favourite part of the mall is the cinema. You can see all of the latest Western releases in English, with a standard ticket costing only 280 baht, which is half of the price that a ticket costs for me in England. Chiang Mai also caters to another one of my passions, which is watching live football, which it also offers at a very reasonable price. We are on our way to the 700th anniversary stadium, which is the home of Chiang Mai FC. So we're going to be supporting our new local team. Going to see a football game in Chiang Mai is a great experience for a number of reasons. Firstly, a ticket is only going to cost you 120 baht, which is cheaper than going to the cinema. And of course, there are some awesome street food options, which is, at this point, just a given. You can buy drinks and food outside the stadium, and they let you take it inside as well. So this beer, this giant beer, costs £2, so love it. The crowd inside is made up of locals and some really passionate expats too. Regardless of whether you like football or not, it's still a fun evening out. I mean, you could just go and enjoy the snacks. That's what Emma did. Chiang Mai was the first place that I've ever stayed for this long away from the UK, and honestly, it felt like home so quickly. I highly recommend staying in the Suthep area, which keeps you close to all of the best places in the city, but also gives you the chance to disconnect. In the next episode, we are staying in the city, putting its affordability to the test by seeing how much you can get for $10 in one day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.